You're watching WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'd like to start with a quote. The ears of the leader must ring with the voices of the people. Great president once said that. Mr. President, I rise today to make it clear to everyone in this chamber exactly why I cannot support this legislation. You've heard the chants outside this chamber, not just today and last night, but many times over the past 2 years. Thousands of people have shown up, union and non-union, men and women, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, even their children. These are the working families of Michigan. These are the thousands of people that I was sent here to represent. When I vote no, I'm voting no on behalf of the thousands of families. Who are you voting yes for? Grover Norquist? I know he sent you all a letter asking you to support this anti-worker legislation. You are voting yes because a handful of corporate lobbyists, a handful of fat cats in the back are telling you to. That's who you work for, the powerful few, the guys with top hats and monocles. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I work for the people, for the many. I proudly represent them in casting this no vote. I'm doing what's right, what's good for the people. And I tell you this, Mr. President, we will fight you. We will not let this stand. We'll fight you from Kalamazoo to Timbuktu. We'll fight you from the streets and in the suites. We'll fight you in the pit house and we'll fight you in the outhouse. And Mr. President, I'll tell you this right now. When it's all said and done, when it's all over, we will grab the thunderbolt of truth. We will grab the rod of revolution, and we will have our victory. And the spoils will go to the working people of Michigan. And you will forever remember the day when you thought you could conquer labor. You were sorely mistaken. Be prepared to engage in the fight of your life. You might win this battle, but the wars are brewing, sir. The wars are brewing, sir. And we're coming, and we're taking no prisoners, and we're taking no quarter. And Mr. President, when all said is done, working men and women of this state will reign supreme. Thank you, and I ask that my comments be pretty.
Hello, and welcome to the Young Effect. I'm Coleman Alexander Young II. Always a pleasure and an honor to be here with you live on TV 33 WHPR. That's TV33WHPR.com. You can go watch us all around the universe, all around the world wide web. Also, numbers for you to call in are 313-868-0351, 313-868-4336. That being said, always a pleasure to be here with you. Before we get into it, as always, we want to give a very special thank you to the men and women of the armed services, our Marines, our Army, our Navy, our Air National Guard, the Air Force, anybody else who's out there that I forgot. We just want to say we love you, we appreciate you, we thank God for you. Also to our local heroes, our police, our fire, our emergency services personnel, our EMTs, everybody that's out there, we love you. We thank God for you. Our city workers that are out there making the city run, we want to say thank you. And to all those citizens out there who are struggling to survive, we want to say that we're praying for you. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank God for you. Whether it's that person that's in the car driving, scared whether or not they're going to get pulled over because they know they're going to be asked about the auto insurance and they don't have it because they can't afford it. Whether it's that sister that's got a big, huge bucket on the side of her house because she's trying to collect rainwater so she can pour it in her toilet to flush it because they shut her water off. Whether it's that brother that's been out there that's gone to his 200th job interview and been turned down and feel like he's lost hope and he ain't got nowhere else to go. For the children who are looking at the abandoned building and playing in it because they don't have any recreational centers for them to go to. For the family that's concerned whether or not they're going to wake up tomorrow and they're going to find that their school is closed and they got to drive 3.4 miles in order to take their kids to cross the city to go to school. We want to say we love you, we appreciate you, we looking out for you. For the pastor or for the reverend that's wondering about whether or not they're going to have a church because these god-awful water fees. This one's for you. We love you, we appreciate you, we see you out there, we thank God for you. Please join me in a moment of silence for the men and women who make this city the greatest city on earth. Please join me for a moment of silence as we honor them and their families and the lost loved ones. Please join me for a moment of silence. All right, thank you for that. That being said, you can call in numbers 868-0351, 868-4336. I'm going to let you call in, talk about what you want to talk about. But before I do that, man, I just want to get some things off my chest. I'm really kind of sad today, y'all. I'm really kind of emotionally distraught. It was brought to my attention that my opponent, Mike Duggan, is speaking this year at the Coleman A. Young Foundation. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Coleman A. Young Foundation is, that's basically a scholarship fund. And, you know, before it was an election time, he had came before. The reason why this bothers me, obviously, one is because it's an election year. And it don't make no sense to have Mike Duggan speaking there, invited to go to the Coleman A. Young Foundation, and his son not be there. That's sending a subliminal message. One. But secondly, you would think that people will be smart enough, or people would have enough integrity or character or just plain damn principles to not invite someone to speak at an event bearing my father's name, who is the exact opposite, who represents everything in opposition, who is trying to annihilate and destroy and disintegrate everything that my father did involving black people. I mean, you're well aware of what's going on in terms of the businesses that have been closed. You're well aware of how black people are being moved out, how black businesses are being shut down. I mean, I'm hearing conversations about the Martin Luther King homes. They talking about getting rid of all them. They talking about getting rid of all the over on Parkview Tower. They talking about getting rid of that and closing that down. They are systematically going to wherever black people are at, and they are systematically trying to uproot them from these areas. You could call it gentrification. You could call it urban renewal. You could call it ethnic cleansing. You could call it Negro removal. Whatever it is you want to call it, this is happening. We're all aware of what's going on. We're all aware of what's happening under Mike Duggan. We're aware of that. But to have someone there who is in the process right now of trying to close down the Coleman A. Young Airport at the Coleman A. Young Foundation just makes no sense to me. And it's a shame before God. Now, I'm not going to get into the who and the why and the how and whatever else. But just put aside the political stuff for a minute. This is my father we're talking about here. I have not had a good, best relationship with a lot of people in the foundation for a lot of reasons. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. And that itself is too personal for me to go down. The way in which people from that family has been treated by that foundation. But the fact that we are in a time where 48% of the city is living in poverty, where we've had the most water shutoffs here than in United States history, and you are going to have that man who is systematically trying to uproot and eliminate black people, who gets in the fetal position every time the issue of race is even mentioned. Speaking to African American graduates or children, when 60% of them live in poverty in this city, and there is not an action plan that he has presented yet. And to speak at a place where my father, a person who would give the shirt off his back so that black people could have, who sacrificed blood, sweat, tears, and toil, and his life for the cause, is one thing to go to the 50th anniversary of the Black Slate and his name not be mentioned until after I was acknowledged. That's one thing. And that hurt. But that is what it is. But to have someone there who is in every single possible way you can think of trying to undermine, trying to belittle, trying to tear down, trying to rip apart, trying to dismantle my father's legacy. You don't even have to talk about just the water shows. You can talk about just the assets that were given away. Just giving away the water department by itself, and you seen what they're doing to black people once they gave away that control. You are seeing what they are doing to black people. You are seeing systematically the carnage that is being levied. The foot on black people's necks, the whips to their back that is being engaged in and conducted by this man, my opponent, Mike Duggan. But to have him go before the foundation of children, I mean, this is the closest thing to political necrophilia I have ever seen. And it hurts me in a way in which I can't describe. Not because I necessarily want the support of someone else or not. Not in a political support, but in a family support. In a relationship between as I am his son and his only heir. I take that seriously. Understand, God forbid, if God decided that I were to go home today, there would be no other lineage directly related to Coleman Young. I am it. I am his only living heir. The Coleman Young legacy lives and dies with me. Understand that. His DNA, his spirit, his heart, his soul, his mind, it dies and lives in my body. If I'm gone, that's it. You might have some other relatives, but no one who is a direct descendant of that. Nobody. And to desecrate his name like that makes my stomach turn. It is heartbreaking. It leaves scars on my soul and marks on my spirit that I don't know it will ever be erased again. It's a bridge too far. Everything cannot be about money. Everything cannot be about getting paid or getting dollars or getting deals or doing business. Sometimes a man has to stand for something. Sometimes in life, you have to stand on principles because it's your principles, not your bank account, that defines and describes your soul. We have lost sight of that. Not the citizens, but the leadership of this city. We've lost sight of it. And the people are tired of it and they deserve better than this. They deserve better than what this is. So I'm glad to be with you today. I love you. You want to talk about whatever you want to talk about that. But if you look at my face and if it sees pain in it, that is why. I was just really at a point of anger and disgust, of fury and heartbreak for what has happened. Now, I'll tell you some other stuff that happened in my time here too as well that we could talk about, but primarily this is about a morality. This is about the very integrity of our city and where we're going. Honor is the only thing that will save our city, and greed will destroy it. It is just that simple. And there's nothing that is really sacred anymore. The church isn't sacred anymore because they're trying to wipe them out. And now my father isn't sacred anymore because that foundation's been co-opted. There is not an institution in this town that you can point to that has not been co-opted in one way or another. That's why we're running and that's why we're here, because we can change this. And we can show people that you do not have to live like this anymore. That there's better ways to do this. And that we can use our power and we can use our ability and our influence to lift people up. We can lift while we climb. Not push down while we go up. And not oppress as we ascend. That's not necessary. You don't have to be tainted or corrupt to do the right thing and want to be in positions of authority. You don't. I just never thought I'd see this day. I mean, have you ever seen someone like urinate on a grave? Cinematically or in real life? That's what this feels like to me. It's just no respect anymore. Nothing is sacred anymore. Nothing is precious anymore. We're going to take some calls. Well, hold on. Before we do that, I also just wanted to just say that I believe that man is judged based on a couple things. He's judged by how he treats people who can't do anything for him and how he treats people who can't fight back. And if that is the judgment of character, we need leaders in positions of authority who can pass that test. Because right now, my opponent, Mike Duggan, cannot. Got a call?
Yes. Go ahead.
You're on the air.
Yes.
Hello?
How are you?
I'm good.
Hello?
I'm okay. How are you?
That's good. I had a friend call me and tell me to call you guys because you were talking about uh people's vaginas being messed up. Is that true?
No, we weren't talking about genital mutilation. No, we were not. No, ma'am. I mean, I'm sure there might have been other people who came on here who are talking about that. I think it's a heinous and despicable crime, and whoever did that, those doctors should be punished to the fullest extent of law. And anybody who's engaged in that should be prosecuted. Excuse me, to the fullest extent of the law. But we were not talking about that here. No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have a number that can help me with this?
No, I do not. But what I do have is I'll give you my office number, and somebody will be able to help you tomorrow. If you call 517,
Just 1 second.
go ahead.
5 1. Wait a minute. My pen is not writing. Where's my purse? Just 1 second, sir.
No. I'm sorry. 517.
Wait just 1 second. I don't have a pen yet.
Well, look, I gotta go to the next caller, so I'm gonna go to the next caller. I'm gonna name it again. I'll name it throughout the show.
517
517-373
373
7346.
uh
Did you get it?
7346.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's 517
373
373.
7346. Thank you very much for your call. I'm sorry, I wasn't scoffing at you. I was scoffing at the thought of what these folks are doing to my father. Caller, you on the air?
Hi, this is Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
What was that last call about? What was that all about? Wasn't she listening on the air that you weren't talking about mutilation of people's private parts?
I don't
Great.
know.
What was that? That was so weird.
I don't know.
You need to start screening your calls because that's ridiculous. She
Well,
didn't want nothing.
I
She was trying
think-
to save up some of your time. That's some BS right there. But anyway, all I'm going to say is this is what happens when you get that shoebox money like you had mentioned before, that shoebox money, that paper bag money. This is what happens.
Yeah.
They don't have no money. Mike Duggan got the money, so he got stuff over them. I don't know why you're upset about that. It's just common knowledge. That's what Mike Duggan does everywhere he goes. He got contracts for people. He manipulates people.
Really, you gonna put the
Come on now.
in front of
Come
everybody?
on.
Yeah.
He's the mayor, so now he's running it. Not a big deal. You need to move on, keep the train running. That's what he wants you to be upset. That's why he said about having the appointees support him.
Yeah, I don't even really.
Old-ass people.
Yeah, I don't even really
No.
care about the appointees. I understand what you're saying, and you're right.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. He wants to close down the city airport to get you upset. Now he's going to be there at the whatever that function is that they're doing for the Coleman Young Association or whatever.
It's shameful.
He's doing everything to make you upset. Because why? You are a threat. Common knowledge. He can't even keep a hold of his freaking deputy mayor, a.k.a. chief of police. He's ridiculous. He's going on TV after one of his police officers gets shot and going to put people under the bus because nobody's there to support his police officers. Nobody's there to help me out. Give me a break. He makes $250,000, and he's complaining. Do your job. Take care of your men. Take care of the rank and file. Make sure they make more than $15 per hour. That's what he should be doing. That's what he should be worried about.
And some health care.
He is the freaking deputy mayor / police chief. He doesn't know if he wants to be the police chief or if he wants to be the deputy mayor, or if he wants to be on TV, or he wants to be on a reality show. He needs to get up here and stop playing with these people's lives. We have a murder every day. Every day. And now his police officers are not even safe. That makes him look incompetent as a police chief. That's why he went on TV to talk about this, that, and the other, and none of getting the support, and Black Lives Matter. What about the police lives matter? No. Do your job as a police chief and take care of your rank and file. That's what you should do, and stop blaming everybody. Thank you for taking my call, and please screen your calls from now on, because that lady that was on before me, she wasn't on there for no reason but to take up time for people who really got some questions and comments to say about what's going on in this city. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, Kathy knows how to put things in perspective. Hey, what's going on, man? Go ahead.
I'm doing pretty good. Stacey Undercombe Young Jr.
Yeah.
I called your office this week. There was a shooting at the Valago gas station on Detroit West Side, where this SUV pulled into the gas station, and a masked gunman walked up to him and killed one of the persons, shot 10 or 12 times into the car. You can look on your computer and you can pull it up. That don't make no doggone sense right there to me. That these fools out here, and you always talk about jobs. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having a job, but that's their job to murder people. And if you give some of these people a job, that don't mean they're going to work these doggone jobs. They have to be within them to go out or to look on the computer and look for a job, go out, cut grass, do what they got to do legally, that they don't have to be out here trying to kill people. And I'm fed up about all this, about these little young punk thugs that's under your age that's out here destroying this doggone city. And it's time to speak up. What you need to do is get like a mentor program. Go to, 'cause I told somebody from your office about a certain young man that's in penitentiary right now that's doing a life sentence. They need to go to talk to him. And once they talk to him, he might be able to mentor them and keep them from coming in there, because he said that if he could get out of jail, he would never go back again. He said, when these young punks go to jail, they think it's a vacation.
Well, listen, let me say this first of all. In terms of these young people, a lot of these young people, we could have a lot of them doing a lot of better things if they had somewhere to do it at. That's why I think we just need more recreational centers. I mean, that's what I want to do. So these young kids can actually have places to play, have places to be able to recreate, and so they can actually have a mentor program right there in the recreational center. And I think that's something that's very important in terms of these young people. And in terms of jobs, listen, most people who have jobs are going to be looking forward to feeding themselves and their families, not robbing other people. So, I understand what you're saying, but, that's why jobs are so important. And the ones that still don't get it, that's what prisons are for. You know what I'm saying? But I think that we need a policy where we go after, and we go after with force and emphasis murderers, and we need to start treating low-level drug offenders as a health problem, not as a criminal problem. And when you have people who do murder people, they need to go to prison. But we also need to start treating the murder itself as a public health problem and start saying, what can we do differently? And they've done this in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I think that's something we need to do here in Detroit. And I also believe that we need to start providing services to people who get shot, having, mental health services and having job training services and things of that nature right there at the hospital. Wraparound services right there, because a lot of times people who get shot are more likely to go out and shoot someone else. So I think that if we start having more of a rapid response in terms of in these hospitals and partner up with our hospitals and the medical community to be able to make sure that we can provide services to people so that we can prevent this from happening again, whether it be violence interrupters, whether it be focused deterrents or the like, I think that way it would be a lot better off in the long run in terms of reducing crime and reducing violence. But overall, you're going to have to put people back to work. It is going to take jobs to do that. But we can talk about what to do and how to do it all day long. If you don't have leadership that gives a damn, it's not going to happen. That's why I'm running for mayor. Call you on the air. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Young.
Hey, Eastside.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You don't look too good. You look like you're sad about something. Don't let these people get you upset.
Yeah, I
Do
am
not
sad,
let them get
Eastside.
you upset. They tried to do that to your father, but it didn't happen that way. See, they got things going on because the first, like Kathy said, that first young lady that came on there, she came on there to keep this thing going away so, your time would run out.
Yeah.
That's stupid. That's really stupid because the question she asked didn't make any sense at all. None whatsoever. Then she couldn't find an ink pen. You don't get on this phone talking to somebody that's talking and want a telephone number without a pen.
Mm-hmm.
I respect you. I respect the people that call there. I respect a lot of people. But it's time for us to stop respecting and fight back. These are some rotten people. These people don't care nothing about nothing but money.
Yeah.
They don't care if our children don't have anything so long as they get that money put in their hand during this election time. They're going to be out in the street passing those papers out. So this man is supposed to win. And when you get into office, all their butts will be gone someplace else. Don't look sad. Stay happy because God's going to look after us. And I don't talk about God every day because I don't like to do that. We got to stop being underdogs and stop and go on top now because you haven't did anything to hurt anybody. You nothing but telling the truth about what's going on in the city of Detroit. And I went down there Tuesday to try to tell the truth. And I'm sick, but I'll be back down there again Tuesday because I want to tell them something else. None of these people are helping you. They're fighting against you. Some people you know well is fighting against you also. They're doing this because they're getting paid. They're getting paid. And just like Receiving Hospital, when Duggan Ditku, with all of his work, he left there, and he's a mayor now. But ask him what did he do to the people that was working at Receiving Hospital when they was going around saying Duggan is doing this. They fired every one of those people.
They can't stand him.
Some of them. They fired them from Receiving Hospital.
They can't stand him. I know people in the Teamsters who can't stand him.
And right now, every time somebody mentions his name, they get upset because he had them fired right after they went in and voted for him. They got fired. When are these people in Detroit going to wake up? The president, these people are sickening. They don't help you downtown, but they want you to vote for them. These people better wake up and don't vote for none of them people, but two of them that's sitting down there on that city council. Vote for somebody that's going to help you out. And what I heard, whatever this fellow's name is talking about you, I want to hurt him. But see, I know he's an alcoholic, and his father's probably turning over in his grave now. But you know what? We got to stick together.
Who are you talking about?
100%.
Who are you talking about, Eastside?
Working for you.
Eastside, who are you talking about?
Nicholas Hood.
Oh, you mean Steve Hood?
What he said about you.
Oh.
I don't like that. That's really playing dirty and nasty. And instead of trying to fight for this city and get the city back together, they're fighting against to hurt you. And you're looking sad. Don't look sad because you're going to win.
Yeah.
Somebody's behind you. God is behind you.
Okay.
And your daddy is coming right down behind you also. So don't feel bad about what they're saying. They don't have anything else to do. Like Kathy said, they're trying to get you out of there instead of getting Duggan out of there.
Yeah.
Instead of getting those other people out there that talk about people downtown. They want you to not have anything so he can get in and give the rest of these people, the rest of this city of Detroit, and throw all these black people out of the city of Detroit because y'all are not worthwhile living in the city of Detroit anymore. And this city is going to be predominantly white, like some other cities that's close to the city of Detroit. It's going to be predominantly white. And all y'all can go out in the next city and talk about us again and talk about Coleman and talk about what's going on. Y'all are some sad people. I don't know what y'all believe in God for, because I know God didn't make y'all say the things that y'all say on this show. I applaud you, Mr. Young. You keep up the good
Thank you,
work.
Esai. I
because
love you. I
somebody else
appreciate you. I
is
gotta
behind
go.
you besides
Thank you for your
yourself.
time,
Don't
Esai.
look sad. Keep on smiling like
I
you've
will.
been smiling.
Okay, I
And
will.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Talk
I
to you
love
later.
you. Thank you, Esai. I appreciate your call. We got a caller? Caller, you on the air. Welcome to the Young Effect.
Praise the Lord. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Watson?
I'm truly blessed, just like you are
Oh,
blessed.
I
thank
had
you.
to come and say hello,
I
Miss
want you to
Watson.
know
Hello, Miss Watson. We
that
love
they are
you.
so
Mwah.
jealous of you. Hello, how are you doing? Happy Mother's Day to you.
You too.
I want you to know that you are the first person that they're afraid of. You have the vote. All those ministers that went out there for Mike Duggan don't live in the city. Over 90% of them do not live in the city. In their congregation, over 70% of them don't live in the city. So what they say don't matter, because God has the last word. Everybody know that you have a proven record of helping people, doing for people, and taking action for people. Not just talking, but acting on what needs to be done. This mayor, who is a Republican, listen now, he is a Republican, just turned Democrat just so he can run the city. How do these people forget? And they want him in office and he hasn't done a thing? We got to wake up. Wake up. We love you, and we as a group of people have to learn to love ourselves. Stick together, not be like crabs in a barrel. For once, stick together. If you can't say anything nice about a person that you know that's trying to do good, don't say anything at all.
That's right.
We got to stand together, because I know, I guarantee you that you're going to win. That's why they're so afraid. They are so afraid. Look, you got all these young people in the city. You go out and ask them, they want to vote for you. You ask any senior citizen, they're going to vote for you. You ask any middle-aged person, they're going to vote for you. I don't care how many people you send around with flyers. People they vote on what you do. We're tired of being used now. We're not going to have this mayor, Duggan, who is just like Trump, a Republican. That's why we're losing everything, and they don't even see it. It's marked on his forehead. Be strong, continue your walk in the Lord, and do what he tells you to do, because I know he's leading and guiding you. Yes, I put God first, and you put God first, because you can't do a thing without God.
That's right.
And he lead and guide you in everything you should do. And he had given you that spirit of discernment, so you know who's right and who's wrong and who's trying to mislead you, because he'll nudge your heart and let you know. He's letting you know now, the people that are no good. Don't worry about it. I want to know who is the head of the Coleman Young Foundation. Do you know the name of the person?
I think it's Kari Wheeler, I think. Not
What's the
mistaken. Kari Wheeler, is that what it is? Wheeler, I think, yeah.
Wheeler?
Wheeler.
The one that used to be the head of work with the NAACP?
Yeah.
Oh, don't you know what he is? Everybody know what he is. Don't even worry about that. He want to keep his job, getting on the payroll. Oh my gosh! All you had to do was say that. Everybody know he's on the mayor's payroll.
I know. I
want it out there. So, Wheeler, you haven't succeeded at anything. You just continue to roll on because nobody's going to drive you. I thank you for taking my call, and I continue to pray for you and your loved ones.
Thank you.
God bless you and continue on. You got it made.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, boss. Love you. Mwah. Thank you. That's so sweet to say. I appreciate that. We got another caller? Caller, you on the air. Welcome to Young Effect. That was an awesome call, too. Those 2 awesome calls back to back.
Just call me Junior. I got cut off.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Yeah. But I was just wondering, I just get tired of seeing all the violence and different things going on in the city of Detroit.
Turner, not Wheeler.
And it messed with me quite a bit.
Wait, hold on real quick. I'm going to let you finish. I just want to make a correction. It's Carly Turner, not Carly Wheeler. I stand corrected. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it messed with me quite a bit. And then I also seen, I know you're Detroit, you live in Detroit, and predominantly all your staff is from Detroit and everything. But the council, its members on council and stuff, they always talk about Detroit is for jobs and everything, but they hiring people on their staff that's out of town. Do not live in the city of Detroit.
Well, you know something, man. I think
something
that.
Needs to be done.
Well, I think that's why we need.
Your supposed to be your bond, like you said.
Well, that's why I think.
Gotta stand for something.
Well, that's what. Yeah. Go ahead. I was just gonna say. I don't let you finish. I just want to make sure I get this in. That's why I think that we should have residency back, man. And what upset me about that, story wasn't the story that they came out with that, but that they didn't advocate for the solution. You know what I'm saying? Like they sitting up there talking about how bad this is, and I'm not saying it's not good, but what we should be talking about is what we gonna do to bring back residency, and the fact that Fox 2, wouldn't put out an opinion or editorial comment, you know what I'm saying that what we need to have is residency back in the city of Detroit kind of made me upset because you making this big hullabaloo out of this issue, but you're not advocating for the solution like you would for other issues. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was firefighters who didn't have health care, you would advocate that they should get health care from the state or from the city or something like that. But with residency, you're talking about how bad this is and how about what council people are, who they're hiring, who they're not hiring, but you're not advocating for, well, let's bring back residency in Detroit, and why is this way, and how come we are where we are now, and we should bring this back to stop this from happening. Because it's not just the city council and the mayor, it's police, it's firefighters, it's city workers, and it's wrong. It's wrong. If you collect your check from the taxpayers of the city of Detroit, you should live here. Period. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. This is Belinda.
Hey, Belinda.
Hey there, baby. Well, this is why I'm calling you. Don't ever let anybody take your joy away.
Okay.
I want to see that smile on your face, okay? Because you never let anybody have that much power to take your joy away.
Yeah.
Okay? And I love you, baby. That's just why
I love you too.
Okay, sweetie. Okay.
Thank you, Gordon. Thank you for your call. And let me just say this before I take another call. I'm not saying this to have like a pity party or make me feel sorry for me. I'm just saying this because, and I'm not saying this because I'm angry about what's going on in the election per se. I'm saying this because this is not political. This is a family connection. And regardless of who's running, who you support or who you don't support, you should not desecrate somebody who's in the ground, one. And then secondly, you should desecrate someone in the ground with somebody who is trying to unravel everything that person dedicated their whole life to achieve. My father dedicated his whole life to achieve what he achieved in Detroit. And to have someone come in and systematically unravel that. You know what I'm saying? That's what's upset. And then be allowed to have all these perks, to speak at these places, to be represented at these places. At some point in time, you just got to take a stand to say right is right and wrong is wrong. And you cannot have the political landscape. You cannot have the economic landscape in the dichotomy between downtown and the neighborhoods, between poor people and rich folks, between black folks and white folks, just between people who are living in the neighborhood or people who are living downtown, because there are people downtown who are poor and who are being taken advantage of, white and black, just like in these neighborhoods. You cannot have a city where 48%, according to city data, of the town is living in poverty. 48% of the city. We had 80,000 water shutoffs. We had so many water shutoffs that they're talking that 37,441 people have soft skin tissue damage or disease. Waterborne illness as a result of these water shutoffs. That you are 1.5 times, almost twice as likely to be able to contract a waterborne illness or a soft skin tissue illness if you live on a block where the water's been shut off. That's according to Henry Ford and We the People of Detroit. We got another environmental catastrophe, crisis, another water crisis on our hands right now. It's wrong. It's wrong. And we got too many people that are out there that are hurting in this town. To do something like that. There's a reason why this stuff is the way that it is, man. Our only principle cannot be get money. That cannot be our only value if we're going to survive as a city. Because love will unite this city, but greed will annihilate it. Annihilation in the definition of reduce to nothing. It will destroy this city, it will destroy this state, it will destroy this country. And what is the purpose of having all the best food, all the best cars, all the best clothes, all the trappings and luxuries, gold and silver, abundance and prosperity, if you look to your left and you look to your right and your brothers and sisters are struggling and starving and dying? What is the point? If you got jobs and the jobless can't get access to it, if you got water and the thirsty can't get access to it, if you got property and the homeless can't get access to it, if you got opportunity and the poor, the downtrodden, the least of these, the forgotten and the forsaken cannot experience it. What's the purpose of being in power if you don't serve the powerless? What is the purpose of having a voice if you can't be used for the voiceless? It makes no sense. That's why I'm running for mayor. We got a call? Call you on the air. Welcome to the Young Effect.
Well, good evening. How are you?
Hi, good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Listen, Mr. my Mayor Young. Listen, you was just talking about people with mental illness. So now Wayne County has a mental illness clinic one is out in Wayne, and one is on Milwaukee. Can I give the number out if you don't mind?
Go ahead.
Okay, that number is 1-800-241-4949. Again, that's 1-800-241-4949. So people,
Well, we appreciate your call. Thank you so much for that. If you got any other questions, you can call me at 517-373-7346. Another caller, calling you on the air.
Good evening, Coleman. My mayor
Hey.
for the city of Detroit. And I want you to just keep your head up.
Oh, that's RJ over there in the corner. Hey, how you doing? I didn't see you there, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead. RJ Watkins coming. No matter how I'm feeling, you got to say hello to RJ Watkins. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want you to say keep your head up, do what you got to do, and stay the fight because we're for you, and we want you to win. We're going to win. And you remember before I made a statement a long time ago that L. Brooks Patterson was on TV one time, and he said that he had to get rid of everything that was had to do with your father. Well, it's time for us to bring it back.
That's right.
Time for us to come back.
I love you, Miss Activity. Thank you. Hey,
I'm here.
Hey, look who it is. RJ Watkins, the man, the myth, the legend, the icon. The legs, how you doing?
Somebody told me a secret.
What?
You were running somewhere.
Yeah, running for something.
Run from what?
Running for a position.
What kind of?
I think it rhymes with air. Might be
Oh
mad.
my God.
Might be mad. Might be mad. I'm trying to be in the funk right now, and y'all are making me feel real happy. Yeah, I'm trying to be sad, and this ain't working at all. I'm trying to be melancholy right now. Hello?
Hello. I just want you to fret not yourself about evildoers. Coleman Young for Detroit is a real movement for real improvement. Love you.
That's right. Love you too. Thank you. Love you, Gordon. That's awesome. We got another caller.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Listen, I know there's not enough time left on your show now to go into what I want you to go into, but you know what I'd like you to do for your next show?
What?
Not even mention Mike Duggan's name. I want you to get onto your platform, your plan of action, and what it is you intend to do as mayor of the city of Detroit. Stop giving him all this free advertisement and free exposure. Let's get on what you're going to do and what you have in terms of your platform. I'd love for you to do that. Can you do it?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, let's do that because Mike Duggan, we all know what he's about, what he's not doing, and what he is doing. I don't want to hear his name anymore. I want to hear your name on your show and what you intend to do. A, B, C, D, and points 1 through 10. What is it that you intend to do to get this city right and get everything on track? That's what I want to hear about. How about that?
Well, all right. I love you. I thank you for that call. That's so good that you would say that. Thank you. That is so sweet. We got to come back next week because I only got like 3 minutes. I can't do it all in 3 minutes. So we come back next. But thank you so much for that call. That was a good call. We on the caller?
My brother, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm good. My brother, for your economic platform, I want you to include the writings and the thinking and the history of Dr. Claude Anderson.
Okay.
Because we cannot continue to let taxes and tickets be the only revenue-generating items within the city of Detroit.
You right. You right.
We can no longer, we need to cease and desist all tax abatements because what we need is a mayor from the boulevard back to 5 Points. Because Boulevard to Jefferson is being taken care of by the billionaires.
Well, you know what I liked about Claude Anderson's plan? I really liked his plan about leather industry, and I also really liked his plan about the water too in terms of bottling. I think that's something that we really could use, and that's somebody who I want to either try to. I really want to hire him as part of my economic, growth, either for the Department of Economic Growth Corporation or hire him for my economic team. That's really what I want to try to do when I become mayor. But at least you'll talk to him daily, because I agree with you totally on that, man. Okay, I think that's the only call. Is that all my time? All right, remember Nobody cares how much you don't and know how much you care. I am your state senator, Coleman Alexander Young II, soon to be your next mayor of the city of Detroit. Love you. God bless you. See you next time right here on The Young Effect.